Good morning students. In the previous class we have seen the classification of polypeptides, definition of polypeptides and synthesis of polypeptides. Now I am going to explain you about the structure of the polypeptides. So generally polypeptides, I have told you, the combination of the amino acids, okay, means the condensed product which are formed, that one we call it as polypeptides. These are protected by the benzoyl chloroformate. So coming to structure of polypeptides, so whenever whatever structure we are taking, means the peptide whose structure, means whatever structure we are founding in the peptides, so first of all we should do hydrolysis of amino acids. Okay, means what here, whenever we are doing hydrolysis, automatically what it is forming, CONH bond. Yes or no? If you have observed here in the previous class, so if you have seen this one, so if we are combining these two, so automatically it is forming CONH bond. So whenever if we do hydrolysis, this is the peptide, so we got the peptide. For this peptide we have to do the hydrolysis. So whenever we are doing hydrolysis, automatically what happens, it will be separated and also we can easily identify. So means the amount of each amino acid, means each amino acid will be separated. So for example, if I do hydrolysis, automatically what it is getting NH2 and COOH. Means what happening here, it is separating the amino acids. So by this we can calculate and we can measure. So that is the first step. First of all we have to do the hydrolysis and amino acid is separated. Okay, so that is first step. And coming to second step, so means in the next step we have to determine various amino acids which is containing the polypeptides. From the polypeptides we have to determine the various amino. It is very difficult to us. Why? Because there will be very large number of amino acids in the peptide linkage. For example, if we have taken dipeptide, so if you have taken dipeptide, it is linked with what? Glycine and alanine. It is ending with alanine, it is starting with glycine. So what happens, the two structures differ in the first. Okay, means the terminal acids which is having glycine, so it is consisting of NH2 group. Okay, and coming to C terminal acids, it is consisting of the COOH group. So by this what, there will be various chemical methods which have to develop. That's why we have taken stepwise manner. First one is Edmonds method and the second one is carboxyl degradation. So now let us see Edmonds method. I will be explaining you stepwise. So here we will be taking Edmonds reagent. So Edmonds reagent is nothing but here C6H5N double bond C double bond N. This is the reagent of the Edmonds, so which is known as phenyl isothiocyanate. Okay, so this is one we call it as Edmonds reagent. Phenyl isothiocyanate is the Edmonds reagent. So this is treated with a polypeptide now. Okay, now NH2 CHR1, where R1 indicates CH3 or H. Okay, so any alkyl group we can take. So now CONH CH R2 CONH CHR3, and like this the chain will increase. That's why I'm writing etc. Okay, so now what we have to do in the first step, we have to do first step hydrolysis. So means what here, we are doing here OH minus. Okay, so when we are adding OH, means in the place of H2O, when you do OH minus H plus you are getting like this. So you will be getting a reagent here C6H5. So if you have observed this one, if you turn bond here, minus charge plus charge, so from this H plus will come and add here. Okay, so C6H5 NH C double bond S NH CHR1 CO NH CH R2 CONH. So it will continue like that. Okay, so what we have did in the first step, we have taken phenyl isothiocyanate which is reacted with a polypeptide. So this H plus NH2 is then H plus will come and add to the N. Okay, so if we are turning bond here, what happening? If we are turning bond here, here minus charge, here plus charge, so H plus is going to come and add here. So the product it is getting like this. This one we call it as N-phenyl thiocarbamyl peptide. Okay, so in the second step, this is the first step. Coming to second step, we are doing here is we are taking the above molecule, that is C6H5 NH C double bond S NH CHR1 CONH. Okay, and remaining I am writing CHR2 CONH CHR3 etc. Why? Because the chain is containing. So to this I am combining. So this can be written as which undergoes rearrangement. So here H plus I am adding. So the product it is getting like this. Whenever we are adding H plus, it will get C6H5 NH C double bond S, okay, and NH plus CH R1 C double bond O NH. Here H plus will come, this H plus will come and add here, remaining peptide bond CHR2 like this. Okay, this compound we are getting. So this is the second compound. So what we have did here, here we have add H plus. So by adding H plus, it is coming and adding to the NH minus. Okay, H plus will add. So this product only again we are going to take here. Means this product can be written as like this also, that is C6H5 NH C double bond S NH CHR1. So this can be written as C double bond O NH H plus, remaining peptide bond. Yes or no? This is different. So this the water product formed in the second one, that one we are taking. So after this what we have to do, here we are doing rearrangement. Means what, here minus H plus will be removed. So whenever we are removing minus H plus, so it is rearranging the molecule. So you will be getting molecule like this, that is C6H5 N C S NHCS C double bond O N CH R1. So the remaining molecule NH2 peptide. Okay, so see, from this molecule I have removed H plus, so C6H5 and H. So if I turn bond here single bond, so this H plus will be having no, here it is going to form the bond, so CS and N. What remaining? CH R1. From this H plus is removed, so that one is NH2 peptide is losing, and C double bond O it is formed. So what we have did here, thiazole derivative it is formed here. Next step, in the next step what we have to do, again rearrangement. For this again we are doing rearrangement, again we are adding H plus, so again it is rearranging the molecule. So you will be getting the product for this is C6H5 NH C double bond S NH C double bond O CH R1. You are getting like this. Okay, so again for this molecule what happens, you will remove minus H plus, so you will be getting product like this, C6H5 N C double bond S NH C double bond O CH R1. You are getting like this. So for this product if you add BaOH twice, okay, when we are adding BaOH twice, so we are getting the final molecule NH2CH R1COH. So we are getting amino acid. Okay, so phenylthiohydration. This is PHT. So generally this is PHT, phenyl hydration of N-terminal amino acid. So when we are adding this, we are getting amino acid. Okay, this terminal acid residue having free NH2 group, which is picked up the reagent. Okay, so this is about advanced reagent. By this we can separate amino acid. So if you have observed from starting onwards, so what I have did, first I have taken phenyl isothiocyanate and polypeptide molecule. So to this, if I have turned bond here, OH minus I have taken, so H plus will come and add here, OH minus will be lost as H2O. So you will be getting this derivative. To this derivative H plus is again added, so that is here. Again to this molecule I have removed minus H plus, so this molecule we are getting, and NH2 is separated here. So to this molecule what I had a rearrangement H plus, so you are getting, means what happened, this bond will come in C double bond, and after the C double bond NHR, it is getting like this. So again H plus will come and add here, again minus H plus. If I have removed, what happens, so C double bond S H plus will be lost, there will be a formation of the bond to the C double bond O NH. So after that BaOH twice if we add means we are going to get the amino acid. So this is the structure of the polypeptides. Okay, so by this we can determine. Next method is carboxylation. What is the next method? Carboxyl and degradation method. This is one more structure of the amino acids. Okay, here also we will be taking NH2 CH R1 CONH. Here we are taking only 2 amino acids. That is more amino acids. This is only 3 amino acids I am taking. CONH CH R3 COH. Okay, so this is 3 amino acids I am taking. For this compound I am adding benzylation, means C6H5 COCl. So benzylation I am taking. So to this compound, when we do benzylation, automatically what happens? There will be a loss of H2O, HCl. Whenever the molecule is losing HCl, you will be getting like this the compound C6H5 CONH there will be loss of minus HCl, so you will be getting CH R1 CONH CHR2 CONH CHR3 COOH. Okay, so this is the compound you have got. Why? Because from this Cl and here H minus HCl lost, this is the compound you have got. So this compound is treated with ammonium isocyanate. Okay, when we are treating with ammonium thiocyanate and acetic anhydride CH3CO twice O, which undergoes heating. Okay, this reagent if we add, so we are going to get the compound here C6H5 CONH CHR1 CONH CHR2 CO and CHR3. So this can be written as C double bond S NH C double bond O, like this. So means what we have did, we have rearranged this molecule CON. Okay, so here CHR3 is there, C double bond O. So what about water molecule? It will also CH3COOH. So NH molecule you will be getting and C double bond O. This molecule is attaching to this here. So after this, to this molecule what we are doing, we are adding some base. When we are adding some base, it is getting two compounds, that is C6H5CONH one compound, CHR1 CONH CHR2 COH. So when we are adding base, this is one compound, means this molecule is breaking. Here OH molecule is getting, and for this one more compound NH CHR3 C double bond S NH C double bond O. So this is the molecule we are getting here. So to this molecule we are adding BOH twice. So you will be getting the amino acid. Okay. So if you have observed this one, first we have taken polypeptide, means 3 amino acid by combining. For this benzylation we have did. So this is the molecule we have got by losing minus HCl. After this we have taken ammonium isothiocyanate in the presence of acetic anhydride. There will be a loss of CH3COOH, 2 molecules, and there will be forming a chain type reaction. Cyclization reaction is going to take place in the presence of base. It is cleaving the bond, it is getting COOH one thing, and here H. Okay, so here afterwards we have added BaOH twice. So to this we are getting finally amino acid. By this what we have, the formed amino acid is easily identified, and by repeating the H place all this, what happens, it is giving a thiocyanhydration which is hydrolyzed to amino acid. Okay, thank you.